Namaskaram to all. Today's topic is human nervous system. Human nervous system is differentiated into central nervous system, peripheral nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Let us discuss first about central nervous system. It acts as center for information processing and control. It consists of the brain and the spinal cord. The brain and the spinal cord, being delicate vital structures, are well protected in bony cavities of the skull and the vertebral column respectively. They are covered by three connective tissue membrane or meninges. They are dura mater, arachnoid membrane and pia mater. Dura mater, it is the outermost thick fibrous membrane. Arachnoid membrane is the middle thin vascular membrane providing web-like cushion. Pia mater is the innermost thin delicate membrane richly supplied with blood. Meninges protect the brain from mechanical injury. Next, meningitis. It is an inflammation of the meninges. It can occur when fluid surrounding the meninges becomes infected. The most common causes of meningitis are viral and bacterial infections. Next, structure of brain. A human brain is formed of three main parts, namely forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Forebrain is formed of cerebrum and encephalon. Cerebrum, it is the largest portion forming nearly 2/3 of the brain. The cerebrum is longitudinally divided into two halves as right and left cerebral hemispheres by a deep cleft called median cleft. Two cerebral hemispheres are interconnected by thick band of nerve fibers called corpus callosum. The outer portion of each cerebral hemisphere is formed of grey matter and is called cerebral cortex. The inner or deeper part is formed of white matter and is called cerebral medulla. The cortex is extremely folded, forming elevations called gyri, with depressions between them termed as sulci that increase its surface area. Each cerebral hemisphere is divisible into a frontal lobe, a parietal lobe, a temporal lobe and an occipital lobe. These lobes are also known as cerebral lobes and are associated with specific functions. Any damage in specific lobe in turn affects its function. Next, functions of cerebrum. The cerebrum is responsible for the thinking, intelligence, consciousness, memory, imagination, reasoning and willpower. Next, diencephalon. Diencephalon consists of dorsal thalamus and ventral hypothalamus. Thalamus present in cerebral medulla is a major conducting center for sensory and motor signaling. It acts as a relay center. Next, hypothalamus. It lies at the base of the thalamus. It controls involuntary functions like hunger, thirst, sleep, sweating, sexual desire, anger, fear, water balance, blood pressure, etc. It acts as a thermoregulatory, that means temperature control, center of the body. It controls the secretion of hormones from anterior pituitary gland and is important link between nervous system and endocrine system. Next, midbrain. It is located between thalamus and hindbrain. The dorsal portion of the midbrain consists of four rounded bodies called corpora quadrigemina that control visual and auditory, that means hearing reflexes. Next, hindbrain. It is formed of three parts: cerebellum, pons, and medulla oblongata. Cerebellum. It is the second largest part of the brain, formed of two large-sized hemispheres and the middle vermis. It coordinates voluntary movements and also maintains body balance. Next, pons. Pons, a Latin word meaning bridge. It is a bridge of nerve fiber that connects the lobes of cerebellum. It relays signals between the cerebellum, spinal cord, midbrain, and cerebrum. It controls respiration and sleep cycle. Next, medulla oblongata. It is the posterior most part of the brain that connects spinal cord and various parts of the brain. It has cardiac center, respiratory centers, vasomotor centers to control heartbeat, respiration, and contractions of blood vessels respectively. It also regulates vomiting and salivation.